What is going on, y'all? Travis here, back with another episode of Criminal Minds, Season 2, Episode 13. Let us get into it, shall we? That last episode was so good, but heartbreaking. Golconda? Golconda? I never heard of that. Oh! Okay!
Ribeye, Adam and Eve on a raft, sink 'em, and a strawberry shake.
Not the ribeye after just showing me
You
that.
walk into my life.
The fuck?
What took you so long, handsome? Honey? No thanks. I don't need anything.
Mind if I sit here?
Please. You should try Fat Sam's milkshake.
I'm cold and tired.
You're also not from around here.
Where are you from?
You really should try the shakes. What's your name? Names are a hobby of mine.
Jason Gideon.
Jason from Greek mythology. To heal. Gideon, a hero from the Old Testament who led the Israelites against the Midianites. Your parents had great ambitions for you. I'm Frank, Germanic, 3rd century. Derived from the name of a type of spear. I wonder what aspirations my parents had for me.
Why don't we cut the crap, Frank? Where is she?
Now
Morgan
that's
said,
direct.
I don't have time for this
You're right,
bullshit.
I'm not from around here. I'm an FBI agent.
The BAU? You
Morgan
didn't
said,
disappoint
fuck
your
off,
parents.
Frank.
We're looking for a man in his mid to late 50s. Listens to Beethoven. Wears a corduroy jacket with a fleece-lined collar. And is left-handed. In his right inside jacket pocket will be a notebook. Will be the extensive detailed accounts of the torture inflicted on every one of his victims.
That's quite a magic trick.
No magic trick, Frank. Just the profile of a sadistic serial killer. Gideon, this thing's brand new. There's only 2 entries in it. Black male, 220 pounds, portly. White female, early 20s. This doesn't prove anything.
Guess what? When I'm finished with my shake, you'll get what you're here for. But then, I'm going to get up, and I'm going to walk out of here. And you are going to let me.
You know what, Frank? That would be a magic trick.
What the fuck? I know they did
Aristotle
not
said,
have
"Evil
that chopped up
brings
arm
men
and then
together."
said, ribeye!
That bastard doesn't give her back to us. Next 15 minutes, we go in. Agree!
Agreed!
He's looked at that clock 3 times in as many minutes. He's waiting for something.
If I had your looks, you know how much easier my life would be?
If you think you're gonna negotiate your way out of this one, you got a whole nother thing coming.
Want to know how we caught you?
Please.
We don't have time for explanations.
You have the time it will take me to finish this shake.
That's all I
Why
know.
the fuck is he so obsessed with
We got
shakes?
a request from Sheriff George Davis.
1996. The rib cage of a male was found in the Desert Rose National Park. It's never identified. This morning, the remains of 2 victims found in almost exactly the same area. 10 years? That could be a coincidence.
It would be. The unidentified male wasn't missing a right rib bone.
Torso found this morning is missing exactly the same bone.
The advanced rate of decomposition on the male means that he died far before the female.
Catherine Hale. They found a bracelet on her wrist. She ran away about 2 weeks ago from her small Colorado town.
If the remains are related to the same
Bro,
killer,
that's
where's
why
he
it's
been
so
for 10
scary
years?
to do like
Killing.
a cross-country driving trip.
Unsolved case
especially
files
by
going back
yourself.
30 years.
Y'all ever do one of those? I'm not trying to end up as a
Every case of victimology is
Fucking-
the same. The unwanted. This box is just the tip of the iceberg. Spanning 30
inspiration
years.
for Criminal
Same
Minds. Bitch, I'm trying to keep my rib
MO. Tim
bones.
Hodge, it's the same killer.
All the remains were dumped in remote areas and always near Interstate 80.
I-80, I've driven on
Two
that.
victims dumped at the same time in the same place.
All of these killings, the work of just one man.
The most prolific serial killer ever.
Ever?
Wow. You truly
I
think?
know it, which is why we came here
This fucking guy?
to Nevada.
Oh, it's that bad?
Go on, get out of here. George.
Don't be
That
showing
deputy
up.
drove 60 miles just to barf.
Good reason to be here, not even from
Jade.
this department.
Jade.
What is it about death that fascinates us? Sheriff Georgia Davis, people call me George. This is Deputy Rick Silo.
The guy who sometimes forgets his manners is Jason Gideon.
Stood here 10 years ago. This exact spot. Same feeling I have now.
Which is what?
Someone in my town might be responsible for it. Hope you tell me I'm wrong. Oh, my cell. It's my husband. That's our song. Excuse me.
Lucky we found anything.
Her
You people
husband is
really
the guy.
think we have a serial killer now?
Her fucking husband is probably
At
the
least one that
serial
passes
killer.
through from time to time.
It's gonna be some crazy shit like that. Why would they put
Is it
that
just
in
me,
there?
or do you get the feeling that
Just
we're not
to trick
welcome
me?
here?
Maybe.
The
It
government's not all that popular out here.
happens a lot.
I know what my rights are. No, I don't want to go home. I know my rights.
That's the way you wanted
I
Jade
do.
back
I
to
do.
jail.
Okay. He's coming. There's
Oh,
nothing you can do
she's
about it. Jade, you hear me? Nothing.
Excuse me. She dropped this. It's harmless.
Thank you.
What is it?
A psycho with a whistle.
Ah!
It's not too weird.
Prison gang tattoos.
Shady. What the fuck is she from, though? I know her.
Well, the pen marks are guidelines for a surgeon's knife.
Did he cauterize the main arteries?
Yeah, all of them.
He cauterized the arteries by burning them. Stops the blood flow.
The victims were alive when he cut off their limbs.
Garcia's gonna love this.
This is so not a way to a girl's heart.
What are you doing?
I'm mapping out where all the victims were found.
Ow! Stabby.
So Catherine Hale was last seen in Salt Lake City, Utah, and found right here in Golconda, Nevada.
Well, the tattoo is from a prison gang, and this one belongs to Reno Rodriguez. Jumped bail 7 months ago, picked up by cops in Salt Lake City 5 weeks ago.
Next was Catherine Hale. It appears this unsub is traveling from east to west towards Golconda. If he lives there, where's he coming from?
The only thing these two victims have in common is they were killed by the same unsub.
There is another connection.
I-80.
Excuse me, miss.
Yeah?
You ever seen that man before?
Over the years, yeah. Just orders a strawberry milkshake.
Probably every time he kills somebody.
Thank you.
Sure.
You were saying,
Story involves wind chimes, trailers, alien abductions.
gripping.
I thought I'd seen the very worst of what humanity had to offer. Till you.
Can I ask you something?
Please.
Do you think me insane?
Yes.
Do not play me. You know exactly what you are. A psychopathic sexual sadist. You get off on the brutal torture of others.
And you knew the moment we arrived in this town, you had no way out.
Which is why you took her.
Who's playing who now? Don't care about her. You've only ever cared about catching me. It isn't the victims that drive you, Jason. It's the hunt.
Look out that window, Frank.
And I...
Jason's good at being the one to do. They make him do the interviews and shit a lot.
Men, women. Didn't matter to you. You took them all.
He's very,
From San Francisco's Mirror
cool,
Woods
calm, and
to
collected.
the hills of the Poconos. You
Usually,
took them all.
If they are all connected,
even keel.
he's killed hundreds.
How many years did they go back again?
30.
All right, keep going.
Sacramento, California.
Hundreds.
Lincoln, Nebraska. Gary, Indiana.
If we can figure out where he's been, maybe we can figure out the significance Golconda has to him.
Want to hear the really bad news?
Early toxicological investigations of the victim's blood indicated high levels of ketamine.
Ketamine is primarily a horse tranquilizer. It's also used as a date rape drug. It's known as being stuck in a K-hole.
So his victims were completely conscious when he killed them? Imagine what she must have gone through. It's essential for this unsub that he sees the terror in his victim's eyes.
He's either had medical training or honed his skills over the years.
A man in his mid to late 50s. Methodically and obsessively clean.
His vehicle's most likely an RV, muted in color.
It'll have a CB, radar detectors, and police band rating.
And this vehicle is his killing room. It'll be soundproof. Surgical instruments are on the wall, stirrup chair, or an autopsy table.
All of his kills are recorded, if not on video, in a journal.
Yeah, doctor?
Carries with him in his right hand inside jacket pocket.
How could you know that?
Tool marks on the remains indicate that he's left-handed.
Void of all normal human feelings.
She knows him.
Killing machine. Incapable of remorse, compassion, love.
Ew, back up.
What's the matter, Frank?
Something I said.
You got him all worked up, Gideon.
Beauty can cover a multitude of sin.
What is with the fucking
But
milkshake?
underneath, we all look exactly the same.
I know what gets you off. Well, look out that window, Frank. You are not leaving this diner.
I don't want to. Not until the story is done.
We have roadblocks on every interstate.
Stop
He
every
doesn't want-
RV,
he's
truck,
probably,
and trailer.
He's probably killing himself with that milkshake.
Something troubling you.
Profile you gave, it reminds me of a story I once heard. There's someone you should meet. How you feeling, Jane?
I don't want to go home, George. Please don't make me go home.
Jane, these people are from the FBI. I'd like you to tell them your story.
Why? So they can make fun of me too?
That's very pretty. Did you make it?
It was a gift.
Oh, what happened to you?
The sheriff's familiar too.
My car broke down.
Oh, fuck.
You know, in those days they didn't have cell phones, so I tried to fix it myself. Then I felt a presence,
Maybe he's a tow truck
and then
driver?
everything went white. I was in a spaceship, and I could see myself. It was like time was suspended. There were strange maps on the walls, diagrams of all the stars. It was cold. It was very, very cold. And the alien, he did things to me. He touched me very softly, and he stroked my hair. He drew lines all over my body. And the whole time he was standing there smiling down. And then I looked in his eyes, and I wasn't afraid anymore. I don't know why.
Then what did he do?
And then I was back in my own bed, and it was the next morning.
What?
How long ago did this happen?
I was 19. It's 30 years ago.
And did you ever see him again?
Oh, I see him. I see him every time I shut my eyes.
The strange maps on the walls could have been anatomical drawings.
What about the fact that she could see herself?
A mirrored ceiling.
He let
So
her
his
go because
victims
she
could see
wasn't
themselves
scared.
being dismembered. Every time I think it can't get any worse.
Her subconscious mind has created a delusion that she was abducted by an alien.
It's possible she's the only one who survived. Why'd he let her go? She said when she looked into his eyes, she felt relaxed.
In that moment, the one thing that he wanted, she didn't give him.
Fear.
I read about a woman whose body was found in her apartment.
If this is a confession, start with the woman you just took.
She had killed herself, but her body wasn't found for more than a year. Surrounded by over 1 million people, and not one of them missed her.
Goodness, smell
What does
bad.
that say about society?
Fills me with profound sadness. But it doesn't make you feel anything. Those that society does not care for, throwaways, the runaways, destitute, disenfranchised, the forgotten, are the very people you target. But not last night. Something changed. You took a person of prominence, someone that mattered to everyone. Why?
That's an interesting question, Jason.
Mark! Hey! Hey! Sir, that man, that's my wife. Tell me where my wife is, or so help me, I will shoot you. Put the gun down now. Where's my wife?
He has the sheriff. He has the sheriff.
But you know what's an even more interesting question? What's the psychopath got in the bag, Jason?
Her head? Bro, what the fuck?
Open it. Put it down! Open the bag!
Hand over your gun, I'll open it.
I'll kill you. I will kill you.
Just be a bowling ball, 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 just be a bowling ball.
It's not. Thank God.
Who is this?
I believe the correct question would be, who was this?
You crazy son of a bitch!
We are all sons of bitches.
Outside, please.
Who is this, Frank?
He's irrelevant. Beyond being my ticket out of here.
Even if you think you can get out of that booth and past us, I promise you, those men out there will tear you to pieces.
I rather doubt that. Finish the story, Jason.
We set up a nationwide tip line, but all we've really got so far is white male, mid to late 50s, tall with a medium build.
We know he doesn't keep his victims long.
If he is still in this town, and we believe he is, he has absolutely no way out. Let's go catch this SOB.
A lot of fucking RVs. It's totally the sheriff that he has, isn't it? It has to be.
Very much for your time. How can you even be so sure he's here?
Could have left town when we found those remains.
Of all the cases where remains were found, yesterday's discovery was unique.
He's never dumped the remains of 2 victims before.
I want to know why he's managed to get away with it for so long.
To get away with murder, you simply don't tell anyone.
Took from them what he needed: cash, credit cards.
I'm gonna call Garcia and see if anything Catherine Hale owned was used after her death.
And then he moved on to his next victim.
Till he reached Golconda. For some reason, emptied his vehicle before driving in.
It's almost like he's purging his vehicle before he drives into town.
It almost seems like the unsub is always traveling from east to west, passing through every state, the same month every year.
The remains that were discovered 10 years ago was the same month as this, right?
And for a week after that, the trail goes dead.
Yeah, it's like he takes a vacation in Golconda.
So where's his RV?
Maybe he's not using an RV. Maybe he's towing a trailer.
That way he could unhook and move about freely.
That's why we can't find him.
He's waiting for the roadblocks to clear.
It's gonna be dark soon. We should get back and call Gideon. I think the unsub's in town somewhere.
We have to get back into town.
This is wild.
Like you said, he never takes victims when he's here. He's not going anywhere and he hasn't got anyone. Wait till the morning.
You can't wait.
We got roadblocks on every road.
She's right.
He's probably
wait till
at
first
your
light.
house.
When you like, I'm gonna
waiting
find
on
him.
you.
It's gonna be a long night.
I'm sorry, I gotta relieve my man and get back to the office.
I'll talk to him.
Hey, Garcia.
I like knocking.
Okay, well, I have been going over the tip line for hours. I think I found something. An anonymous caller claimed they saw an RV leaving Golconda. Not a single RV or trailer has passed through any of the roadblocks I checked. Why call anonymously? I need you to trace this number.
A cell phone belonging to...
And Catherine Hale?
It's from Golconda.
This guy, he could have just kept on going.
Whatever is keeping him in that town must be freaky special.
Mark's away at his mother's. Took Tommy with him. Come on in. Safe here. Ah, you said you didn't want to go home, and I couldn't leave you in jail. I'll make up the guest bedroom. Can I get you something? Soda?
Thank you for being so kind.
I love your wife. I miss you. Tommy misses you. I guess you're busy catching bad
Is
guys.
he good to you?
Ever since I met him.
Whoa, what the hell? He's here, George.
Who the hell are you?
You know who I am, Jane.
Where you are. I want you to back off.
Come with me, Jane.
He came for me. He
He's a
came for
murderer.
me.
I
Jane,
fucking
run.
knew it.
Run, Jane! Run, please!
Jane!
I love you, Mommy. Good night, Mommy. Bye.
fucking god. How do people come up with this shit? Like,
He keeps checking that clock. Whatever it is he came for is coming here to this diner.
the writers of this show
Okay,
better
then we need
be
to
in
figure out what we
therapy
missed,
somewhere.
And soon, I'm almost finished.
Clear.
All clear.
Silo, don't touch anything. We need to profile this room. You said the call was made 5 hours ago, right outside his house. Now, what's the profile? He took George.
He's never taken anyone of prominence. Why take the sheriff?
And not her gun. Silo, call your office, see if she was planning to meet anyone.
No way a cop would take chase without their gun.
Guys, George brought Crazy Jane home with her.
So he takes control of George and goes after what he came here for.
Crazy Jane.
Those
Why are you
footprints,
all calling her
they gotta be
Crazy
Jane's.
Jane? That's
They go to
rude.
the
She
back.
ain't crazy.
The insub knows the ketamine's gonna wear off, so he's gotta act.
No, he hasn't got what he came here for.
So for leverage, he takes the sheriff, which means sooner or later he'll contact us.
Turn back on. JJ, the cell phone, turn back on. Catherine Hale's cell phone, turn back on.
Catherine Hale's cell phone just came back on in the middle of town.
He thinks we have Jane.
Whatever he wants, we need to find Jane and the sheriff fast. We'll go to Jane's.
I'm like,
Hey, listen up. Come look at this. Like your boy said, it'll have a CB, police band radio, and radar detector.
Guys, wind chimes are made of bone. I think it's human rib bones.
He's waiting for us.
Well, let's go get that bastard.
Hey, wait a minute. He's smart. We gotta be smarter. He turned that cell phone on because by now he knows we're on to him.
Well, you boys have just 15 minutes.
15 minutes, that's all I need.
Ribeye, Stinkum, and a strawberry shake for the gentleman at table 8. Finally, you walk into my life. What took you so long, handsome? No thanks. I don't need anything.
Mind if I sit here?
Please.
She's not here. He's obviously been here before and left these gifts for her.
His version of romance.
Trying to say you think he keeps coming back here because he's in love with her?
A sexual sadist can't feel love.
I'll define love.
Purging brain elements called monoamines, dopamines, norepinephrine, and serotonin. Phenylphylamine also found in
Chocolate. I love chocolate.
peas, too.
Same
It's
girl.
also found in peas. Indeed. Some
Read.
people become veritable love.
Stop. Spread out, everybody. Keep looking.
Keys? Oh, fuck. Bro, the amount of rib bone chimes, I fucking cannot.
There. Thought I'd seen everything. Guys, it's a coffin.
Oh, God.
Hutch, there's another coffin over here.
Don't try to speak. We got you.
One is perfection. Two is decadent.
You take another step and I will shoot you.
No, you won't.
She looked into your eyes. That wouldn't have been enough. She said something. What? It's important.
I'm a sexual sadist. I can't feel anything. You said so.
Yeah, Hutch.
There are no absolutes
Fucking
when it comes
weirdo.
to the human mind.
They just found his trailer. Remains of another woman and the sheriff alive.
He didn't care about the sheriff. He'd need more than that.
Was that Jane?
Jane said how beautiful my eyes were.
I couldn't tell.
I looked at her like I've never looked at
That
a
wasn't
woman.
Jane, I don't think, was it?
My hands began to sweat. I dropped the knife. I tried to pick it up. It fell again. I got butterflies in my stomach. Isn't that love?
I'm going in. We got George. She's alive. Get on the floor. Take it easy. Move. Take it easy.
He's about to blow it up.
No, that's impossible.
Magic time.
What? What? What?
George? George, baby. You all right? Thank God.
He killed Tommy's teacher. I saw it. She was just 22. What's wrong?
They found the school bus abandoned just outside of town.
How are you supposed to be on that field trip? Where is he?
He's fine. He's with my mom. But that man, he also killed the school bus driver.
Wow. We had the whole town shut down. There was no way out.
It was the one vehicle we weren't looking for.
School bus.
More importantly, where are the children?
You have the town's children.
Just the little ones. You profiled me, Jason. You know I have no interest in harming children.
We will find them.
The desert is over 25,000 square miles.
You shut up. If it's Jane you're after, we don't have her.
Yes, you do.
Sir, I found her walking the streets.
Jane, he's been coming back to this town for years to see you.
Why?
He says he's in love with you.
He hides out and he watches you, and when he leaves these wind chimes as gifts. They're not beautiful. They are the remains of people he took, tortured, and killed. You were abducted by a serial killer.
But he did come for me. He came for me, didn't he?
That's what he says.
You told me to run, but I didn't want to run. I wanted to see him, to see his eyes and see his face. Somehow it just felt like I was coming home.
Jane.
Oh, he has the children, Jane.
And we will find him. He hasn't got Tommy, George. But what if he did? Hand him over.
Tell them, Jason. Tell them I'm not interested in harming children. Have I ever once harmed a child? Does nothing for me. Give me Jane, and they'll have their children back.
Look at her, Rick. She's as much his victim as you are.
With Jane in my life, I will never harm another human being. Leave her alone! Heck, don't even think about it.
No matter what you do to him, he will never give you what you want.
They found me, Rick. They'll find the children. Trust them.
Take me with you, Frank. Just you and me.
And my Jane.
You'll take me to where the kids are.
Happily. I couldn't have that on my conscience.
You couldn't have that. My fucking God. This is
I will take a vehicle of my choice. Jason will drive. Once I am satisfied no one is following, take Jason to where I have the children. He will then call. If anyone follows, this story will end in tears. I've been coming to see you for so many years to try and make sense of what I feel. Jason says I'm incapable of feeling anything, but here I am, and I feel.
Where will we go?
Wherever we want. Stop the car.
Okay, I guess Jane is crazy. I was like, Jane's not crazy. Jane crazy.
What he's feeling right now will pass. And when it does, he'll take your life. And then he will really feel.
I don't believe you know what this feels like.
If you did, you would not be here. You'd be with the one you love.
Where are the children?
That way. 2 miles.
No deal.
So you're just going to stand here with me while the children suffer exposure to the elements. You're not the hero your parents thought you'd be.
I will never stop hunting you. Not ever.
Then I promise the same thing. I will never stop loving Jane until you catch me.
You are insane.
Love is insanity, isn't it?
But a good insanity. My hope is that one day you'll feel the way I do too.
If I ever find myself feeling the way you do, I'll kill myself.
Call me first. I'd love to pick your brains.
Bitch, what?
He told you where they were?
They were just over that ridge.
Which way did he go?
West.
We have the children. Get search planes up. Start a grid search westbound.
The tracks, they disappear.
We'll find them.
That's just fucking how it ends. It's not even a to be continued. This motherfucker he got away. That's just the end of it. He's just gone with Jane. What the fuck? That guy is crazy. The rib bones and the fucking cutting off the limbs and the ketamine and the making people watch and then they're looking into their eyes and they can see themselves on the fucking ceiling and then Jane just goes with him and then he fucking just tried to take everybody's kids and he put the sheriff in the fucking coffin and then they got the kids are okay, but my fucking God. This is insanity. That guy was a fucking nut. And that actor, whoever he was, oh, I was buying it. I was buying what he was selling with his fucking strawberry milkshake. This show is incredible. These last couple of... Season 2! Oh my God! Let me know what y'all thought about this, and I'll see you on the next one.